Hi, my name is Patrick J. Jones. I'd like to welcome you to How to Draw the Fantasy Female Figure. I'm the author of the best-selling book, The Anatomy of Style and Figures from Life. And I am an author of 6 books on drawing and painting, mostly the figure and in the fantasy setting. So what is unique about this course is it will show you my methods in minutia on how to draw the fantasy female figure. It's more than just learning the nuts and bolts and how to draw. That I will also teach. But what's unique about this course is you will watch me draw without any speeded up footage. My entire process, while I think and talk, you will get into my mind and by osmosis draw along and imbibe what I'm teaching here and shortcut the entire process by being me as I draw, and then more importantly, being you with the results of that teaching. Because we all have our unique style, and that comes from how we make decisions. And the decisions I make are going to be on show with my thoughts totally bared to you as I draw every stroke and explain why I'm putting those strokes in and what's the method behind it. What is the importance of every thought? Every line should be a thought. The anatomy of style, the anatomy of line, structure, and rhythm to find your style. Let's have a look at it.
How to Draw Fantasy Female Figures is presented in 14 parts. In Part 1, Workshop 1, A World of Exploration is our theme. Now, I'm known for my fantasy oil paintings, and I approach them with great authority because I have learned how to draw the figure, which is fundamental to produce large works with confidence. We can start in a simpler manner by drawing with charcoal and pencil. In these workshops, we'll draw 3 finished figures, and on that journey, we'll understand all the minutiae and all of my thought processes, which I'll describe in great detail as I go. We'll also work with an idea that's rarely discussed, and that's how to come out of a disastrous drawing and make it work. So this course will build your confidence to approach any drawing and make it work. We'll take it right back to the basics on how to work with charcoal and pencil. And these methods can be transferred into digital methods and painting methods, because charcoal for me is like a dry version of oils. I'll show you how to sharpen the tools, how to get comfortable with the surface of newsprint here. We'll start with very simple ideas that can be broken into big shapes and fit smaller shapes into them. When it comes to tricky business like the forearm and hand, I'll slow the process down and show you my methods for making this an easy affair, rather than the very tricky business that it normally is. With structure, gesture, and then gesture again, we'll find what really makes my art flow. And through my internal art engine and the fact that you'll be drawing along and listening to all my thoughts, all my iterations and thoughts, will make you a stronger artist. All of these things with the gestural hand we'll discuss and we'll explore together. Using my unique methods, you'll truly get into the mind of how this all works. Using gesture, structure, and gesture. Feeling the broad end of that pencil. Finding the third dimension within the two-dimensional form. Working with sfumato, pulling a figure out of mist. Lots of methods to be explored here in these workshops. In workshop 3, we'll work with balance, how to balance the figure, how to make it fluid. And we'll work with allegory, we'll work with metaphor. Terms rarely discussed beyond the critique of art. Let's bring it into the workshops. Let's imbibe it. Let's use it to make us stronger artists. Here with Salam's Dance, we'll discuss how to bring story into your art, how to grow the art, via a simple theme, and how to fuel the art all the way through with a passion that would be missing without these elements in place. I'll use the tools of the trade, simple as they are, to bring out extraordinary results, and all the time explaining every mark, every thought. In Workshop 4, we'll explore a world of enchantment, what made me a fantasy artist, the influences, John Buscema. I'll imbibe some of what he gave me and give it back to you, and then we'll grow it further. Here I am drawing from imagination, and find in the gesture, in everything, in the hair, eyebrows, eye. As you draw along, listen, and watch, you too will imbibe these methods and draw with more confidence throughout your art career. We'll look at difficult subjects and make them simple. The eye, how it turns. The torso, how it's constructed. It's not just anatomy. We'll break it down into simpler forms. Gesture, structure, gesture, then anatomy, then gesture again, or structure. We'll work on it. We'll do it together. I'll draw torsos from imagination and understand mnemonics, how the figure flows, how the parts connect, how it's all one big thing, how it's holistic. We'll draw with a holistic nature. We'll find mnemonics like the mermaid's tail. How do I draw with confidence? I draw with mnemonics to begin with. I draw with structures. I lengthen the gesture. How do we do imaginary forms like this? It all flows on from what we've learned and what you will learn in this workshop. We'll learn how to hone the pencil, how to draw the figure in many ways. If you've got a structural mind, this will work for you. If you've got a gestural mind, it'll work too. All of these methods can be transferred into digital methods, into painting methods. I'm an oil painter, and I draw with charcoal because of its ability to echo oils. In a world of structure, we'll bring it all back down again. Every difficult moment, every leg, every arm, we'll discover ways to break it down and simplify it and gesturize it so that our fantasy figures don't just walk, they walk with grace, they turn with style. The anatomy of style. Learn some anatomy and stylize it using structure and gesture. We'll also learn to deal with something that's frowned upon, what's commonly known as failure. For me, it's just another way to go forward. In one of the drawings that could have been abandoned, I will resuscitate it and show you how nothing need ever be abandoned. Through passion and through the will to understand what went wrong and the methods to address those problems. So I'll stop in between poses to draw difficult moments and help you understand my thoughts and processes throughout. 14 hours condensed with no breaks means you can pause it for the breaks. In effect, this class would take hundreds of hours to teach, but here it's been distilled down to 14, and you can play them for as long as you like. They belong to you. These methods I've honed over a lifetime, and I've distilled them into simplicity. At first it was for me, and now it's for you, too. We'll learn how to draw from imagination, how to move the limbs, how to make it so easy. Here I'm drawing with streams of consciousness. We'll learn proportions and then we'll throw them away. That can be done. It's the eternal art engine being fed so strongly within this workshop that will give us the ability to do that. But never losing sight of the fact that this is all about drawing the fantasy female figure and how to bring in those fantastic elements to make it stand out among the crowd. In Workshop 8, we'll work with the world of flow, how to make these figures flow. By that point, you'll already be on the journey with me, and your fluid hand will be flowing at this point. We'll do iterations. We'll break the figure down quickly, and then we'll start again. Because if we just render without thought, we're heading for disaster. But if we render with thought, and with purpose, and with confidence, and that's what I teach, drawing with confidence. In Workshop 9, a world of fantasy, will build on all of the stuff that we've been through on the course. The course is yours to keep. The course is yours to grow with. Listen, watch. I'll use various pencils, various grades of pencils. I'll recommend tools, recommend ways to use these tools to your best advantage. The gestural hand, the detail hand, how we can work with the simplest of tools and the cheapest of tools to great effect. In Workshop 10, A World of Flux, we'll take a break from the long poses and do some quick studies. But these are studies from imagination, a whole different world. Once again, draw along, listen to all of the internal thoughts. I will speak my mind all the way through this. You too can draw from imagination with great confidence. This course is perfect for everyone. The concept artist, the fine artist, the figurative artist, the comic book artist. Whether it's a hobby or a profession, will learn from these 14 hours of how to draw the fantasy female figure. But more than anything, I'll teach you how to love it. Love it to the point where you no longer feel anything other than the paper and the pencil. And the love of art as you go forward will cancel out all the noise, cancel out all the worries, and draw with great ease, with great fluidity. We'll do iterations. We'll draw one figure and then another in a similar pose to really build that art engine and make it as strong as possible. To return to it and draw once again from imagination. I'll teach you how to fit a figure on the page, how to draw with great style, but not my style, your style. I will give you the tools to run and become your own artist, because that is the ethos of what I teach. How to draw with your style, how to take these methods that will work for anyone and put it into your internal art engine so that you can fly free and draw with all the confidence and love of drawing the figure as I do. In the final workshop, A World of Wonder, we'll work on a long pose and go into the minutiae once again of the materials, of the thought that goes into storytelling to make a figure work, and how to find unpredictable methods within the methods that are working for us. How to enjoy this process from start to finish, how to grow as artists, how to boldly grab the art world by its tail and show who we are as individuals, as fantasy artists that can draw the fantasy female figure with great gusto and confidence.